Alright guys, we are back with some more MX versus ATV Legends, and today we have a big monster update to go over. So, this update brings a bunch of customization into the game, parts, gear. Also, we get 2 new tracks that we knew were coming, but they are pretty cool. They would be the 2025 Fox Raceway and Hangtown. Now, the tracks are a bit different. They've been adjusted noticeably, actually. Really cool. Can't wait to show you. And I do apologize right away. My voice I'm pretty hoarse. I don't know what happened, but for today, sorry. My voice sounds a bit off, but yeah, big stuff, lots of things to go over. Let's just jump into it and check it out. Now, first up, I do want to go over the gear customization we get with the update. Now, this patch released about a week ago. I wasn't able to cover it, so I apologize for that as well. Usually we get it out right away on the channel, and I have to get to this one a bit late. We have a bunch of gear from 7, FXR, Thor, and Troy Lee Designs. I wanted to show you this first. Jersey pants. Always get customization. Usually we get customization, and it is no different with this patch. Now, I also want to show you we get 2 exclusive sets from Thor if you picked up the 2025 KTM Bike Pack DLC. Now, with this new patch, I don't know if I mentioned it, but it was live on Tuesday before this Tuesday, so a week ago, and it was a big quad update. It brought a bunch of different graphics kits. You get 4 different ones for the stock rainbow quad, and then 4 or 5 different kits for each OEM. If I missed one, forgive me, but yeah, a bunch of quad stuff, and I didn't have time to cover it last week, so I'm doing it today. But we do have new stuff. Again, we have 2 new tracks, the Pro Motocross tracks that weren't a part of the update the week before. More parts, just new parts in almost every category for customization for the quad. Now, I didn't know how bad it was, but it appears that there was virtually no customization in some of the categories for the ATV. So I sympathize, and I feel sorry for players that do use the quad a bunch, but I don't, so I wasn't aware of it. Glad to see that they brought a bunch of stuff in. It seems like a lot, but considering how long the game has been out, it's still lacking quite a bit compared to the bike. Now, before we get to 2025 Fox Raceway and Hangtown, and that's probably mostly what you want to see, I do want to show you a little bit of quad gameplay. Now, I haven't used the quad really since the very, very beginning when the game first released, and I'm sure they probably have done some physics changes, but for this patch, it was mostly just, cosmetic, graphics kits, parts, stuff like that. And I kind of mentioned it, but I didn't know. I mean, have the quads not really seen any customization options added to the game since the very beginning? Has it been that long? If it has, whoa, this is a bunch of customization, but there definitely could be more. And if that's true, considering the game's been out for 3 years, wow, it was a lot, but it really wasn't too much in the grand scheme of things. So I just wanted to show you a little bit of quad gameplay before we jump into 2025 Fox Raceway. All right, here we go. 2025 Fox Raceway, and then 2025 Hangtown, and then some of the extra free new stuff. And there is some new stuff. So 2025 Fox Raceway obviously would have the 2025 layout. I do enjoy it. They have changed the track a bit aside from, the obvious layout changes, the ruts, I feel like they definitely put some more ruts into it, onto the track, and overall the track is really, really fun. Yes, it doesn't have, it actually has some pretty significant changes to it. So Fox Raceway is one of the Pro Motocross tracks that definitely is worth having in the track pass. Now, I don't believe you can buy it individually, but if we were judging it on an individual basis, it is probably going to be one of the better tracks because of the more noticeable changes that have been done. But Fox Raceway 2025, very cool, very flowy, very ruddy. Definitely more ruts, maybe a bit rougher. I wouldn't say it's a harder track than any previous version, but very well done. And we do have the vet track is redone for this year, and the pit bike track. The pit bike track is redone for 2025. And then there's one at the very end I'm going to show you. I don't know if it is different or changed for 2025, but I throw it in there because I wasn't sure. But yeah, 2025. Now, this is a good time to say that I do believe they mentioned Pro Motocross will be releasing over the next coming weeks. We get Fox Raceway and Hangtown today, the 5th of August, and then in 2 weeks, I believe we get the next two. So they'll be releasing in small batches over time. And I just wanted to let you know that. I don't know. I don't have the full schedule right now, but we for sure know about the first 4. And then here we have 2025 Hangtown. Now this track probably, I don't know. It's hard to say if it has less changes than Fox Raceway, because while the track itself doesn't have as many layout changes, Rainbow Studios did go back in and kind of change the way some of the corners are and where the ruts are and how you hit the ruts out of a jump or into a corner, jumping into a corner. And I feel like overall the flow feels better. It feels better to jump into some of these ruts and have the bike sit down in them and be able to take them. Now this part is a bit different for 2025. Basically this entire section is a bit different. And then there really isn't too many changes until the end. There's a little bit of change at the very end. And then the rest of the track, as far as the layout goes, is basically the same. Now, I do want to mention here that Hangtown, I didn't notice any new freeride stuff. I didn't have a ton of time to go over it and, go have a deep dive on it. But I didn't notice too much new in the way of freeride stuff. So Hangtown, more or less, the big changes would be to the, to the actual track. So I don't have any extra hidden freeride freebies for you because I didn't see any. Most of it's going to be coming, or all of it actually, is going to be coming from 2024 Fox Raceway. So 2024 Hangtown, fun. Happy to see the changes. I think they did a really good job with it. Now, here we go back to 2025 Fox Raceway, the free ride. We have the new pit bike track, and I believe it is raceable. I don't know if 2024 is, but 2025 for sure is, and they did make some changes to it. So this entire part, basically to the very end, is different. They changed the jumps and kind of how the track runs, and then we even go through we have an over-under through a shipping container, which is pretty cool. So the pit bike track is fun, and it is raceable, and I don't know, it might be the first time we've had the raceable event here. This is new, pretty cool. And then we will be switching over to the vet track. The vet track, the direction, I believe the direction has been changed. Now, in real life, did they change it? Is this based on, I know the track itself is based on real life, but is the layout this way, or did Rainbow Studios just change it so it was different? Either way, whether it was based on a real life decision and they modeled it that way, or if Rainbow Studios just did it to have it be different, I'm pretty okay with either way. Just to see the changes. There is kind of a fun part coming up around this big sweeper, huge line that isn't that realistic, but very fun to take. So the vet track is also raceable. I believe it was raceable the year before, but it is raceable this year too. Now, since we're getting to the very end here and kind of going to wrap up the vet track, there is one more hidden Supercross track that has been there for a while, and I didn't remember if it was different. I forgot to go back and compare it to 2024. So I'm going to throw it in there just in case. You can let me know in the comments if you know for sure if it is exactly the same and unchanged, or if it is a bit different. So we should be jumping over to it here. And again, I don't believe this is raceable. It's just kind of an extra hidden feature in the free ride. So if you're new to Pro Motocross, remember to free ride the maps because there is some fun hidden stuff you can do. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. We do know we're getting original in-house tracks after Pro Motocross. It's been mentioned by Rainbow Studios already. And we have the obvious 2025 Pro replica tracks coming up here with the beginning of Fox Raceway and Hangtown. So let me know in the comments how you guys feel about it. How do you feel about the tracks? How do you feel about the quad update? If you are a quad guy, what are your concerns and what else would you like to see added to the game? So you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thanks so much for supporting the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.